Grand Rising and priming beautiful beings. Shout out to you. It's the Holistic Motivator, and today I'm going to be talking about it is now time for seekers, healers, teachers, and motivators to rise up and remain in your power. Spread your gift and your message because more than ever, the world needs what you got. The world always needed what you got, but now more than ever, the world needs your gifts, your talents, your abilities. And I'm here to tell you that this is the season for you to share your gifts, your talents, and abilities. So seekers, healers, teachers, motivators, now is the time for you to rise up. Now is the time for you to get it going. Now, whatever it is that you've been sitting on, whether you are a light worker, a body worker, a mind worker, a motivator, a teacher, whether you have a skill set that you can pass on to people, or you have a skill set that you are able to teach others to teach, this is your season for you to bring it out. Now, I'm getting this message because we're getting into 2023. And as we get into 2023, a lot of people are going to look to not just how do I make more money, but a lot of people goals are going to be how do I lose weight? How do I be healthier? And this is your opportunity to actually help them with that. This is going to be an opportunity to be a blessing to those people. So all my seekers, healers, teachers, and motivators, please stand up. Let me say that again. All my seekers, healers, teachers, and motivators, please stand up. This is your season. This is your season, and this is your time. Let's get it. Listen. Now, when I say stand up, rise up, what do I mean? What do I mean by stand up, rising up? Standing up, rising up is about saying that I have something, my voice is valuable and it needs to be heard. I'm going to say this again. My voice is valuable and it needs to be heard. My story is impactful and I need to share my story. Somebody says, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer. Did you know that you're also a healer? Right? No matter what your gift is, you can be a healer through that gift, because it's when you decide that you're not just going to do something for money, you're going to do it for impact. That's how you become a healer. When you say, I'm not just going to do this for myself, I'm going to share it with others, that's how you become a healer. So healers, teachers, seekers, please stand up. Healers, seekers, teachers, please stand up. Now, here's what I'm saying. A lot of times we think that in order for us to be valuable, we need to make a lot of money. So we say my value is on the basis of how much money I make, right? My value is on the basis of how much people think that I'm successful. No, your value is in the value that you add. So there was a time where I used to sit and think, man, can I be a motivational speaker? And I was looking at my life. I was looking where I was. I was like, man, I don't think I can be a motivational speaker. Now, why would I say that when God already put everything inside of me? Like, why would Ed say, I don't think I could be a motivational speaker? I don't think I could do what I'm doing. Because I looked at my circumstances, moving back home. I look at my circumstances, getting my car repossessed. I look at my circumstances, losing my apartment. I look at my circumstances, going through depression. Did you know that your growth through is actually your qualification process? Did you know that what you endured is actually why people is going to want to pay you, because they know you went through something? How many of you can't relate to certain healers because they didn't really express what they went through? Like, I don't know did you go through anything? How many of you can't even relate to your doctor because your doctor, you like, I don't know if you can feel what I'm feeling. I don't know if you feel my pain. But as soon as you feel like they can feel your pain, you're like, oh, I feel you. I feel you. I want to do business with you. I want to work with you because you feel me. Right? So there's power in feeling each other. Not in that type of way, by the way. But there is power in even feeling each other as it relates to massage. Right? You usually, like, you ever went to a massage therapist and they lay their hands on you. And like legit, they can feel your pain, and they'll be like, you feel that knot? Yeah, we're about to get rid of that for you, right? Because they have that intuition. They have some sort of, they can communicate with you without necessarily communicating. Their hands are communicate. So what I'm saying is your gift is meant for you to be able to communicate, and your pain is actually what qualifies you for what you're about to do, right? So I want y'all to comment in the chat, my pain qualifies me for my success. right? My pain qualifies me for the work I'm doing. My pain qualifies me. Your pain does not disqualify you, it actually qualifies you. What you went through means that you are not somebody who's just about to go and do something because you learned it in school. You're about to go as somebody who's about to do something because you actually went through the school of life, the school of hard knocks, somebody said. So one of the things I want you to understand, that your value is not dependent upon how much money you make. Now, here's when your value is dependent upon whether your quality make money. If you help other people make money, right? Don't go out here trying to help people make money if you don't make money, because that means that you are actually lying to yourself. Your pain qualifies you when your pain point is what is the solution to somebody's problem, and you've actually went on the other side of that. Now, what I do now helps people make money indirectly, and what I can do can help people make more money, but I don't focus on that because I haven't got to the point where I said, okay, I made all of this money. Now I make money with my business, but I don't help people make money. I help people structure a lifestyle. So why we have to workshop this? Because people think they need money to do what they're doing when what they're doing has nothing to do with the money per se. Now, oh my goodness, the sun came out. I have to move back. So here's what I'm saying. Don't disqualify yourself because you look at your bank account and you say, well, I don't have a lot of money. What does that have to do with you helping somebody with their health? You're a personal trainer. What is the result that qualifies you? People losing weight. What is the result that qualifies you? If you're a herbalist, what's the results that qualifies you? Not making money, helping people restore their health. If you're an artist, what is the result that qualifies? Is it your money? It's the art that you bring out. So your pain qualifies you and your gift qualifies you, not your money. Once we can overcome that, this is what is going to help you become wealthy. Because I had to overcome that. That was an internal battle I had to go through. I was like, how can I be the motivator if I'm broke, right? I'm not broke anymore, right? I'm still increasing my income every day, right? So like right now, I'm making decent income. I'm like, I want to increase my income every day. But there was a point where I had no money at all, like legit broke, but I'm still motivating people. And then I had to realize that this is actually what makes me valuable, is my pain. I was just sharing my story and I was sharing people where I was at. And I realized that people didn't always just need motivation to make money. People need motivation to be healthy. So I started motivating people to live holistically, and I found out that I didn't have to be the type of motivational speaker that motivated you for success. I found out if I could motivate you to get up and go work and go do something to be healthy, I'm actually one of the best motivational speakers in the world. So I discovered that my gift was not based on how much money I made, it was based on the results. So I help people get results with their body, I help people get the results with their mental health, I help people get the results, right? So once you can help people get results, this is your qualification process. Somebody says, where do we start to figure out our gifts? Now, the title of this episode is Seekers, Teachers, Healers, Please Rise Up. Remember that? So the first way, you have to start to be a seeker. The seeker if you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be open up to you. That's a spiritual principle, is a spiritual law. Somebody says, how do you do what you do now? I was seeking just for my own life. Let me give you my story. My story was, I was a high school summa cum laude success, most likely to succeed voted. Student athlete, 7 sports playing, quiet kid who was kind of a nerd but dressed really nice. Polo down, suit and tie competition with my teacher. Haitian boy from Haiti, going in school, right? So I was a mixture of many things. I was very smart, very athletic. People knew of me of my smartness, athletic, and entrepreneurship. So I was selling patties when I was in school because they sold pastelitos officially. I didn't sell drugs, but I sold patties, and I knew I could hide it because there was a program that sold pastelitos. So I sold Haitian patties. I used to sell chips in middle school, right? So somebody said, how do you find your gift? Your gift will evolve as soon as that you don't let some people would laugh at me, but I would go home, I'd be counting my money. I'd be like, okay, and I had my little T-chart accounting, seeing how much profit I made. I was doing it. I made 100% return on my money. I spent 50 cents for a patty. I sold the patty for $1. I bought a box of $12. I made $24 off of each box. Eventually, I made enough money that I hired one of my friends to sell some boxes for me. I started making money in high school, right? I was the guy training. I was the guy doing fitness. So usually your gifts will evolve as you seek and say, maybe I can do that, and you do that. But guess what? I didn't know that God was training me to be an entrepreneur, to know how to work with my body. That's how I became a personal trainer. I didn't know that God was literally like giving me skill set along the way, but God will give you skill sets and things that you might say it's embarrassing. But it's not embarrassment, baby, it's preparation. Let's say this. Don't let people put down your hustle right now, because your hustle right now will evolve to a hustle later that they don't even understand. You're like, how did you become the holistic motivator? Well, the holistic motivator went through a process. Okay, so I was the entrepreneur in high school, boom, 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 summa cum laude. I went to college, and I thought I was about to do it. But guess what? I used to sell chips and candy in middle school. I used to sell Haitian patties in high school, and for my videography business, which now I'm doing a bunch of videos, right? But then when I got to college, I used to buy college textbooks door to door. I would go from door to door, and I knock with my little stack of cash. I'd be like, hey, y'all got any books to sell at the end of the semester? Of course, I'm about to go sell that boy on Amazon, make twice the profit. They didn't know, because they didn't have an Amazon account and they didn't have to know how to do it, but I was doing it. Hey, you got some books to sell? And people would laugh at me. I'm like, wait, I'm laughing all the way to the bank, baby. I made $1,000 in a week. I was like, oh man, I didn't even know I can do that. So I was buying books door to door. I started focusing on business, and I failed school. I'm going somewhere with this story. Stay with me. So I failed school. I was summa cum laude from a 5.2, top of my class, like number 20th, to a 2.3. My confidence going down. I'm like, I'm failing. But God was giving me what? My pain qualifies me for success. God was like, I thought I was losing, but I was actually winning, y'all. How was I winning? Losing in college, failing school, it gave me a grit, it gave me a mentality, it gave me something. And I started sharing my story. And then I went through homelessness in college. Then I got kicked out of school. I want to go back to school to become an acupuncturist, because I realized I can't go speak to college students saying, well, you should keep working on your dreams and goals, without me finishing. So even though I don't need school, I need the mindset of not giving up. So I got to go back to school to finish it, because I started it just because for the mindset, just because for the accomplishment. Plus, guess what I get to be? I get to have a story to tell when I go to colleges. But what's the story I'm trying to tell you? I moved back home. Right when I moved back home, the repo man came, repoed my car. I had lost my apartment. I'm going through it. I am depressed. I'm like, I'm supposed to be the motivator. I'm not supposed to be depressed. How many of you guys are healers? You guys are teachers. You guys are seekers, and you feel like you shouldn't go through pain. You should not be sick. But did you know that's what qualifies you? Let's say that again. Comment in the chat. My pain qualifies me for success. My pain qualifies me for success. When I was depressed, I was like, oh, you know what? I can't be the type of motivational speaker that inspires people to be successful. I need to inspire them to be happy and holistic. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to change the way I look at it. So I started speaking on the basis of, you should start working out. You should start juice feasting. You should start detoxing. You can do it. Like, let's work on your spirituality. So I molded to what the world needs based on the pain I was going through. God will mold you to what the world currently needs based on the pain that you're going through. So when I didn't have money, I started to shift how I empowered people, because I couldn't motivate people to get wealthy when I wasn't wealthy. But I could motivate them to be wealthy in spirit. Let me say that again. I was wealthy. I couldn't motivate people to get rich when I wasn't rich. But I could motivate people to get up out of bed, because I was the one who couldn't get out of bed. And then I was listening to somebody named Jim Rohn. Before Jim Rohn, I was constantly listening to Eric Thomas. And I felt the need to become very successful, so that made me feel a certain way. When I listened to Jim Rohn, the way he spoke, I was like, oh, he's actually talking about some other principles. So I mixed all of my teachers together. Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Wayne Dyer, who else? I said teachers, and then I met an actual teacher, Dr. Love. So I took the holistic healing. I became the holistic motivator from all of these men, some of them which never died, which are not here. Miles Monroe, right? All of these great teachers, I'm learning, soaking from them, right? And then that cultivated me. So now I'm delivering me to you on the basis of what I grow through. Now my story is my test has become my testimony. Now my testimony is not helping others, and not helping others makes me abundant. And now I am prospering because I was obedient to the process. I didn't care about if people were laughing at me. I didn't care. When I started sharing my story, I remember the time I developed the courage to tell people I slept in my car. After I posted that thing on Instagram, I felt like I don't know what's going to happen. I had an overwhelming amount of support from people. People started to say, man, I feel you. I can relate to you. Oh, I went through that too. I was like, oh, snap. I got freed when I shared my story. I thought all of a sudden, people was going to stop watching my stuff. But I connected to them more when I started telling the truth. What does the truth do? The truth will set you free. Let's say that again, y'all. The truth will set you free. The truth sets you free, baby. The truth sets you free, and it's on the other side of your truth is other people's freedom. That's why you need to share your truth. That's why you need to share your truth. If you have not sought and found your gift, at least share your truth, and you're going to see what that creates for you. There's something called personal brand. Everyone is a personal brand. You're a personal brand. You go on TikTok and you start making those videos, you're becoming that personal brand. Now, if you're intentional about your personal brand, that's the power. Most people are unintentional about it. They're personal trends. Don't be a personal trend, be a personal brand. Be intentional about what you care about and stand for it. Don't just do it for clicks and views. Do something you care about. I want to keep giving my message the way I give it, and whatever pops, pops. Not all of it pops, but I'm not a trend hopper. You never really see me hopping on trends. Using even the audios that can blow me up, I'm like, I'll make my own audio, and I'll come up with my own quotes, and I'll do my own thing. And I'm a trend maker. Let's say this. I am a trend maker, and my story through my pain is a trend. I am a trend maker. So listen, seekers, healers, teachers, motivators, start from where you're at. Start sharing your story. Something powerful is going to come out of it. This world is made of stories. Everything you see is a story, right? There's a story behind every brand and company you support. And the reason why you support, look, if you share your story, you can almost sell anything and people will buy it. If it benefits them, here's what I mean. We spend our money on things we care about. Now we're becoming more conscious. We're like, I'm not giving Nike my money because obviously what Nike's with the cancel culture, I don't trust them. Or I'm not doing that over there. Why? Because we spend our money where we want to, where we feel like we like and trust those people. How do we develop that like and trust factor as seekers, healers, teachers, motivators? By being authentic. The world needs more realness in the world. This is why I choose to be authentic. But how do we become authentic when we're scared to be vulnerable? Was it Brene Brown or something? Somebody wrote something about vulnerability. And I totally recommend that you read books about vulnerability and the power of being vulnerable. Some people think vulnerability is a source of weakness, but it's actually a source of power. Vulnerability makes you more powerful because it says, I'm not afraid, I'm not scared of my story. I'm owning my story, right? I'm actually turning my pain into something. I'm growing through my pain. I'm empowering with my pain. What I went through, my growth through is actually a teachable moment. And I'm actually teaching through my pain. And I'm fueled by my pain. And I don't care what you have to say about my pain. I own it. This is a power that you develop. So let's say there is power and vulnerability. Comment below. There is power and vulnerability. There is power and vulnerability. When you're vulnerable, you're actually making yourself more powerful. Okay? Once we are able to do that, your mind might say that, your conscious mind might say, but your subconscious mind might say, not really. There are narcissistic people who want to use your vulnerability against you. That is right. That is right. That is correct. Let's not lie. There's some narcissistic. But guess what? Vulnerability plus consciousness means you know how to distance yourself from those narcissistic people. Vulnerability, look, you build an energy that some of these people don't even come your way. Somebody sent me a hat Okay, that's funny because I got the hat and mustache already, dude. Appreciate you, Gregory. Vulnerability, I don't know how TikTok just did that. Vulnerability is a power. There's a power, and somebody says, what tea I'm sipping on? Ginger and black tea. Vulnerability makes you more powerful. And your story is going to be more needed in this season. Look, there's going to be a shift in distance between fake people and real people. And it's going to be a massive shift. Why? We're going to be tired of the trend people. We'll be like, we see through your trends. And if you're a trend person right now, do the trends, but make sure you are trending too. Make sure you are trending too. Here's what I mean. Do some of those fun dances and some of the trends, but make sure your spirit is being shared. Don't just become a caricature of TikTok dances or Instagram reel dances. Please don't do that to yourself. You have a story, you have something you're passionate about, you have something you care about. Just talk about that. So this is for seekers, healers, teachers, and motivators. The world needs your gift more than ever. Okay? That was just the setup. That was the setup here. 20 minutes of setting up. Now we gonna get to some practical spiritual laws. Y'all ready to get to some practical spiritual laws? Okay. Knock, the Lord, seek and you will find. Let's write this one down. It's from the word. If I seek, I'm going to find. I'm not necessarily going to find today. Oh, somebody says, I'm about to seek, I'm going to find right now. Oh, yeah. You will discover over time. Where will you find? You would find inside of you. What you seek is actually already possessed, it's already in you. You're going to have to reveal it. And the revelation, comes from the seeking of, and you discover it was in you to begin with. You're like, oh snap, I didn't know that I was that of which I sought, because that I am is in you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened up to you. Doesn't mean that you're going to knock and the door going to open right away. You know how long I kind of been knocking at this thing? Now I'm feeling like God is like, oh, come in. So I got you now. I got you. I'm going to let you in. But the whole time, did you think that I wasn't walking in doors? No. It's not that knock and it will be open up to you to the door that you want to walk to right now. Knock right now and a door will be opened up to you in this season. And then you will walk in that door and learn the lessons from that room. Knock again and another door will be opened up to you in the next season and you will walk into another door. Knock again and another door will be open. So basically this journey is actually a house full of doors. And every time you keep knocking and you stay persistent in your knocking, God opens up another door. God opens up another door. Then you walk in another door. Then you walk in another door. Then you walk in another door. Then boom, you're like, oh snap, I'm in the big huge room fulfilled. Oh snap, I'm speaking in front of thousands of people. Oh snap, I had a book release. Oh snap, I'm on a TV show. Oh snap, I got 1 million followers. Oh snap, I'm making a lot of more money. Oh snap, I'm stepping into the abundance. Oh snap, oh snap, oh snap. But guess what? That first door, you might have to knock on that sucker for 3 years. You're like, Lord, let me in. I need to get in. Please, look, here's the first door we got to knock in. Knock in the door that will allow you to discover yourself first. This is the first door to spiritual principles. Knock on the first door, and somebody just dropped the exact verse. Seek first the kingdom of God. This is the knock on the door to find out who you really are. Knock to seek first the kingdom, then all of these things shall be added unto you. Thank you for commenting that. Seek first. Somebody says, what's the kingdom? So God wanted to bring his kingdom on here, but he wants you to know who you really are. If you think you're just a body, then you might just be like, yo, I'm really, Lord, please let me lose weight. Please help me lose weight. And God is like, I need you to lose the spiritual weight, the traumas that's causing you to eat a certain way, because you're eating not because you don't have self-control. You're eating because you don't have trauma control. You're eating because your trauma is controlling you. And it's as much as you're playing a role in this, I need you to knock on the door to find your spirit. I need you to heal from that pain. So when you knock first to heal, other things start opening up. That's just an example. Then all of a sudden you start to just develop a different association with food. Knock and really find. You might think, what's another example? You might just think, I'm here to work. So you only focus on work, and making money. God said, look for the things of the spirit, not just for food, but look for food that feeds your spirit. God said, look, you can eat for food and you will be okay. You will live, you sustain the body. But if you want to sustain the body of me and you need to eat spiritual food. So seek first the kingdom. And where's the kingdom? In the beginning there was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God. Seek for truth. Truth as a resonance frequency that you feel. Some of you are only sticking to this live because you're like, yo, I feel like he knows what he's talking about. Am I regurgitating information, or am I being used and blessed no, God is just, I'm just able to serve, okay? Does this make me better? No, it just makes me obedient. I'm just obedient, you know? I didn't have to come here and do a live video. I could just go about in fact, every time I spend making live video, it's time I could be spending making some other money somewhere else, which I do have other opportunities. But I'm like, yo, I got a gift. I'm here to give it. I want to give it. I'm obedient. What's the message? Where did this message come from today? Every day it just comes. How am I able to give this message? I was consistent in giving messages. Have I been this good as a speaker? Definitely not. Have I been this open? Definitely not. Have I been this joyful? No, definitely not. But I did it when I was sad. I did it when I was depressed. I did it when I just expressed my story the way it was. And out of expressing it, I felt better. I was like, this works for me. Look, if you're a healer, make sure that your healing is healing you. That's why it qualifies it. If you're a motivator, make sure you motivate yourself. That's what qualifies you. I like my stuff. I get motivated. Sometimes I watch my videos 10 times. I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is very inspiring. I'm like, I need to take my own advice. But here's what happens. Sometimes we take the advice, we don't take our soul's advice. We don't take our spirit's advice. But your spirit is going to speak to you when you first seek the kingdom of God. So two doors. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened up to you. But here's another spiritual principle. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. And forgive yourself when you don't listen to the words of the preacher, which is yourself. Practice what you preach and forgive yourself when you don't listen to the words of the preacher, which is yourself. This is the way for forgiveness and continuously realignment. Why must you practice what you preach and forgive yourself? One of the reasons why a lot of times I stayed off track was not because I got off track, but because I felt bad about getting off track. Oh, what is the motivator doing? Why are you smoking weed and wasting all your money, Ed? Aren't you the motivator? Shouldn't you be doing better than this? Why are you not getting somewhere financially? Aren't you the motivator? Shouldn't you be doing better than this? Your brain will have limiting self-talk that will convince you that you suck, that you're nobody, that you're nothing. But guess what? At some point, you got to take your soul's advice. So that's why I stopped smoking weed. That's why I stopped smoking ganja. That's why I said I can't do that anymore because it's not serving me, because I started to take my soul's advice. Here. God has blessing for you on the other side of the door, but he's very conscious which one can handle it. I want you to hear this. God is like, Ed, I'm about to make you very rich. But I need you to be rich in spirit first, because I really need you to use this wealth to build my kingdom. I can't have you wasting it at the club. I can't have you going at KOD and throwing your money at strippers. Right? I went to a strip club one last time. I said, I'm never going there again. This is not my place. And from that moment, I said, I'm never going to a strip club again. I'm like, I cannot go here again. Is it something morally wrong about it? I'm not on morality. I'm on spirituality. I don't look at it and say, this is bad, this is good. I look at it, this is not good for me and my spirit. It just don't sit right with my spirit right now. I don't smoke, not because it's bad. I love ganja. I stopped smoking because I realized that I want to be the master, not the slave. Let's comment this below. I want to be the master, not the slave. Not for morality. How can somebody look, if you know where I'm coming from, and I've been there, and I love, and I still say love, because at the same time I think cannabis is useful. But when I became a slave to it, I'm like, I do not want to be the slave no more. I'm tired of being a slave. I got too much in me. At some point in your life, you gotta say, I got too much in me to be a slave. Can we say that? At some point in your life, you gotta say, I have too much in me to be a slave to my vices. I have too much to be a slave to food. I have too much in me to be a slave to sex. I have too much in me to be a slave to pseudo love from people who don't really love me, who want my body. I have too much in me to be a slave to these things, not because they're morally bad. They have their purpose. Somebody who's going through some pain and they need that herb. Wait, I'd subscribe. I'd give you some ganja to use it for your pain. Right? But if the ganja is causing you pain, look, let me tell you what broke the camel's back. And I've stopped smoking many times. So many different times I can't even count. I'm like, oh, stop. But here's what happened. One day I was going through my plug. And I drove like 30 minutes to go to my plug. I went to my plug. The plug fell asleep. I'm so mad and angry. And I'm like, I'm not missing nothing but something that I wanted. Why am I wasting my time with this? I'm like, why am I wasting my time making myself miserable for something I barely even need? But I just want it because I'm slave to it, simply because I'm accustomed to it, and because now I can't eat when I don't have it, and now I'm making myself a slave to something that when I don't do it out, I'm still good. I'm like, wait, I know how to breathe and meditate. I'd be high off life. And then I'm like, oh, I need some ganja. Why do I need it? And I realized what happened was, it's not that I needed it, it's just that I got accustomed to it. So I got used to it. So my body had a certain chemical blueprint. So now I was seeking for what? Seeking for what they call dopamine. So I was stuck to the dope for the dopamine. I wasn't biologically addicted. I was psychologically seeking for it, not because I needed it, but I was psychologically needing it. Okay? So I said, you know what? My psychological need has to stop. I care more for my spiritual needs. You know how great I feel when I'm in my purpose, when I'm like doing what I was born here to do? I feel so good. I'm so aligned. Like, this is the best time I have is giving a speech. You ever been knitting and you like, the best time I have is knitting? You ever been singing? You like, the best time I have is singing? You ever been doing body work, massaging? You like, this is the best time I have. You ever been like modeling or taking pictures? You like, this is the best thing. Whatever your thing is, you feel high off of it. When you make your gift that high, that you just said, whatever gets in my way of my gift, I gotta stop. If you're a chronic shopper, and you're like, man, I could use that money to actually shop for products for my brand, but I keep buying shoes that I don't need to impress people who don't care about me. And you're like, man, I got another two-piece bathing suit. You don't need another bathing suit, baby. Right? Who told you were naked? Look, let's go back a little bit. Look. So Eve gave Adam the apple, and Adam had the Eve. And he was like, well, God, I have to go find some clothes because I'm naked. God was like, who told you were naked? It's like, you must have ate from that fruit, huh? So in thinking we need more, we need to know more, we actually we lose how God sent us, and we try to be differently. So now we're actually losing the true essence. So now Adam's like, I thought I was seeking for I need some leaves to put here. God was like, I made you perfectly, wonderfully made. You better let that thing hang, boy. You better let that thing hang, boy. I was like, wait. Who told you were naked, boy? Who told you were naked? So who told you you were lacking? Who told you you needed more? Who told you you needed a fatter booty? Like, who told you that your breast was not good enough? Who told you you needed thicker lips? God said, I made you good enough. So you're like, man, I gotta get a Botox, a butt injection. God's like, you don't need none of that. Wait. If they can't accept you for you, they're not for you. Let's say that. Let's put that in the chat. If they can accept me for me, they're not for me. If they can accept me for me, they're not for me. Oh my goodness, I need to have a fatter booty. Oh my goodness, I need to look a little different. And I see guys doing it now. Yo, if you want better pecs, you better go to the gym. If you want to tighten that thing up, here's another thing. When we say I need the result now, we forgo the process that will get you the result, and then the skill sets along the way. So seekers, healers, teachers, motivators, the world needs a gift, but the process is what's needed. So you like, man, I want to be slim. Okay, fine. You can get a bypass surgery and shrink your stomach. But did you know that if you detox for 21 days and shrink your meals, your stomach will shrink automatically? Listen to that. I want you to listen to that. I need to shrink my stomach. When the habits you build can shrink your stomach without spending no money on shrinking your stomach. I want you to really hear that. Which means once you skip the process, you spend more to get something that you could have invested time for and get something that will last you forever. Because you can shrink your stomach, but you still eat a lot. So why don't you eat less to shrink your stomach, so now you know why you eat less? Transformational. Don't skip the process, because in the middle of the process, you're going to get everything you need. Okay? So we got to accept ourselves. We got to see the beauty that lies within us. You got to find out who you really are, and then that's when you start to say, "Hey, I don't need to be wearing anything else to make me better in front of people." In fact, I'm gonna focus so much on my health that my skin gonna clear up by itself. Now, to some extent, I don't know your business, and do what you want to do. Don't let me. I'm not judging nobody here. This is a judgment-free zone. But let me tell you something. Some people cover up their face with chemicals because they're not putting in. They're putting in the wrong chemicals inside their body. I just want to give you the truth. I can't sugarcoat. Can I please give you it's sour and bitter? You know what? Sour and bitter is good for the heart. Did you know that? Hey, sour and bitter is good for the heart. So can you say I give you my permission to give me sour, right? Because that's gonna be good. Don't be bitter, but it's gonna be good for your heart. Okay? Is that okay? All right, I got your permission now. Okay, here's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to go and look good, but make sure your inside looks good as you go and look good. Go ahead, put on the makeup, baby. But make sure that you don't put in chemicals inside your body. Let me tell you something. Here's what happens when you work outside in. You find out that you start to get a glow. I started seeing some bumps on my face. I'm like, what am I sleeping on to get the bump? But I got a glow because I've been working on my inside. I've been detoxing, feasting every season. I'm drinking my teas and herbs, and I'm taking care of myself so it's showing out. So yes, you can go get that acne reliever, but I also want you to make sure that you're working on your acne from your belly. Let's say that again. I'm gonna work my acne in from my belly before I work my acne from my face, out of my face with a chemical, right? I'm gonna work, right? Somebody, I need anti-acid. No, you need anti-parasite. Don't mask the problem, solve the problem. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, true beauty lies when you say, I'm gonna organize myself holistically in such a way to help myself get better. Now, how about the person who started off by covering their face in order to cover what they're not doing from the inside? What if you discovered how to do that from inside out? Isn't that something worth sharing? This goes back to my subject. Look, sometimes you need to do it wrong so you can do it right, so now you can teach other people how you did it wrong and how now you do it right, and this in itself is very valuable. You want to hear what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to do it wrong because you need to do it wrong so you can find out how to do it right to help somebody do it right. I did it wrong so many different times, so I found out how to do it right. Now I'm teaching other people how to do it right. And that in itself is a calling, is a gifting, is how you build a brand and a business. And this is very good. Okay? So here's what I'm saying, y'all. There's a process to this. Don't skip the process. There's a process to success. Don't skip the process. Okay? Because guess what? What did I say earlier? Your pain qualifies you for your success. Your pain qualifies you for your success. Okay? So we're about to end this soon, but here's what I want to let y'all know. I want you to go out here and be real with yourself. I want you to go out here and be authentic. I want you to go out here and start sharing your story. I went to Les Brown's training, and one of the major things that I got was, Ed, I need you to start sharing your story every podcast that you do, and not just on the days you feel like it, because that's going to do a greater impact. So that's why I start to tell you all my story. That's why I keep telling you my story and reminding you of it. If you're a seeker, healer, teacher, and motivator, I need you to stop giving people the principles. This is how you eat healthy. These are the 10 tips to eating healthy. I need you to give them the process that led to you discovering the principles. I want you to write this down. I'm going to start sharing the process that led me to discovering the principles. I'm going to start sharing the process that led me to discover the principles. Right? Because how much more you get from just learning the principles than the process? What if you know that the dark night of the soul is the revelation of your light? What if I tell you that when I got depressed, God shifted my entire paradigm of how I should go about my brand? And I switched from becoming a CEO ambitionist, build the biggest business, make a lot of money, to the holistic mode. Your name is going to change when God takes you to the dark night of the soul. Your name is going to change when the dark night is going to take to the souls. Somebody says, I've been sick for 8 years and doc won't believe that I have parasites. The docs don't need to believe you. Your mama, your sister, cousin don't need to believe you. You got to say, I'm going to clear out my parasites. I'm going to detox and fast. Listen, stop trying to convince other people of your current pain. Do what you need to produce wellness in your body by taking action on what you can do. Don't try to convince people. Don't even try to convince yourself. Take action. You need to take action. All right? Because don't try to convince everybody how great you are. Don't try to convince everybody of your pain, of what you're about to do. I tried that. It don't work. It don't work. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. I need you to I need you to take so much action that your testimony speaks for itself. Look, you want to become so good that they cannot ignore you. Say this with me. I'm becoming so good that they can't ignore me. I'm becoming so good at what I do that people can't ignore what I have to offer. The holistic motivator is becoming so good that people have to call me to speak on their stages. Be like, I need you to come speak. You are just so good at what you do. Don't let your words convince people. Let your essence and spirit convince them. That's a conviction that you can't speak out. It's a conviction that's powerful than words. Energy is more powerful than words. Transformation is more powerful than information. Look, they said people don't listen to me in my home. People don't listen to my hometown. People went to school with me, don't even take advantage of my services. But people from out of state, out of country, like, Ed, I need to pay you for what you got. Why? Because they're familiar with me. But there's going to be a point where they can't ignore it. They'll be like, wait a minute. Remember when you used to sell patties and chips in middle school? But you're running a multi-billion-dollar organization? How are you holding a platform for healers? How did you do it? Like, you speaking all around the world and getting paid. Remember when you used to do live videos and you only had like 2 people watching? How did you do it? You got to become so good that your results speak louder than your words. At some point, you're going to be motivated by just seeing what I'm doing. You'll be like, how are you doing that, Ed? I remember when. Become so good that your actions speak louder than your words. Okay? How do you do that? You got to stay consistent. You have to have faith. That's why yesterday I talked about developing unwavering faith. Faith is, I already know how good I am, so I'm going to keep getting better because my actions are already speaking better than my word. Okay? I need you to have such faith and courage that you see your value so much that you're like, I'm so valuable. It don't matter if people don't recognize that value. I'm so valuable, I'm going to keep sharing it. But somebody says, how do I develop the self-confidence to step out here and spread my truth? Because that's hard, right? Because some of you might be like, man, I'm not as handsome as you. I'm just playing. You know, I don't have that same energy as you. That's not true. That's not true. If you look at your face, you're going to see the wrong person. But if you look at your spirit, you're going to meet the right person. And guess who you're going to meet on the other side of your pain? Your pain qualifies you. You meet your spirit on the other side of your pain. That's what gets you inspired. You're like, I didn't know who I really was till I know who I was not. I didn't know who I really was till I went through some stuff. Then I discovered who I really was. Get what I'm saying? When you find out who you really are, when you speak, you hear your spirit. You don't even look at your feet. You be like, oh, wait. Oh, my teeth is not too close. I got little gaps here. I had a little chipped tooth. What are they gonna think? Should I stop smiling? I'm gonna smile, baby. I got a little chip. I'm gonna keep smiling, baby. I'm gonna keep smiling, cause I love my crooked teeth. Cause guess what? Guess what comes through these crooked teeth? My uncrooked word. My words that's not crooked. My straight words come out of my crooked teeth, baby. Y'all hear me? You hear me? If you hear me comment, I hear you, brother. My straight words come out of my crooked teeth. Right? What I'm trying to tell you is, be more concerned things of the spirit, more things of the body. That's the secret to spiritual evolution. Right? I love to look at women's spirits and not bodies. Right? I love to look at women's spirits and not bodies. I had to cultivate that over time. And that's actually one of the reasons why I stopped watching pornography, because there was a subconscious battle with my conscious mind. Because consciously, I see people's spirits. Even subconsciously, I see people's spirits. But something happened to me when I watched pornography. I kept seeing women as bodies. And I'm like, this is not good for my spirit. So I said, I can't watch porn anymore because this is not good for me. It's not good for the relationship I have with women. It's not good for the people I coach and mentor. I'm like, this is not good for me. So I had to stop doing that. Now, there was a time where I didn't want to talk about that. God is like, screw your little feelings, brother. Screw your little embarrassment, bro. It's not about you, man. This ain't nothing to do with you and your story. It's about you, but it ain't about you. It ain't nothing to do with you and your story. I got a gift in you, and I need you to reveal that. There's people that need what you got, and I need you to share that. If you're a healer, seeker, teacher, motivator, it's not about you. How do you get wealthy when it's no longer about what you think people judging you? Okay? I had to stop doing that to myself because I'm robbing myself of my chi. I'm like, yo, I need all that chi, baby. I'm going to save that chi for someone, and she going to get all that chi. She going to get all that chi, baby. She going to get all that chi and all that love. And when I see her, I'm going to see her spirit, and I'm going to love her body some more, baby. Okay? And she going to get the holistic motivator from all types of directions. Right? She going to be a lucky woman. Okay? But now I'm clearing my spirit. Now I'm not going to expect my girl to do no porn stuff. Right? She could be herself. Now we're going to have tantric sex instead of porn sex. You know what I'm saying? She going to be we going to have spiritual sex. Right? That's going to be next level sex. You hear me? Next level. That's next level sex right there, baby. Chi sex. Sex chin. We sex chin. We're not sexting. We sex chin. Energy sex. All right? These are for adult rated R conversation. Okay? But I'm tired of going to pornography sites and be like, bruh, this is ridiculous. Right? This is ridiculous storylines. I don't want to watch this. So I quit that. And look, let me tell you something. It's like, I try to do all this stuff by myself. We gonna end up on some realness. God said, don't lie to them. You ain't developed that courage on your own. Stop lying to these people like you just woke up and you stopped having this. Nah. I went through it. Whenever I tried to do it by myself, it didn't work. But one day, I was like, okay, God, I surrender. Please help me with this. And he started doing some stuff I don't even understand. Like even when the thought comes to my head, like, Ed, just go on that site one time. Now it's like there's something Montauk Chia teaches, which is how to converge your sexual energy, which is literally, and we're all adults. Can we talk about that? We're gonna talk about it. We're all adults here. All right. If your kids watching, close their ears. They're not ready for this conversation yet. I'm gonna start a podcast for kids, but that's gonna be different. I'm gonna do a little program for kids where we don't talk about these subjects. Okay? We're gonna start a YouTube channel for the kids. So I know y'all moms and dads, we're gonna have that, but this is for adults. Okay. So in Mount Chi, it talks about sexual cultivation. Literally, is where you get yourself to a high point of ejaculation, but you don't ejaculate. You learn how to, right? And he actually says you should only ejaculate about once a week. This is also for women too, but don't do it using roses or whatever. But you get yourself to a high point, and using your energy, you could transmute the energy, right, to sexual cultivation, right? So this is a way to do it. But now I'm at a point where it's like, if I do that, like, even the thoughts that's coming in my mind, I'm like, okay, because to get yourself up, you got to think a certain way. I'm like, okay, even that's bothering me now. So it's like, all right, I want to kind of practice this tantric sexual cultivation thing, but then now I find myself visualizing certain pictures, which I guess is just human. I'm like, okay, I see the pictures in my brain. I'm like, okay, it's reminding me of that. I'm like, okay, even that's not good. So I'm like, I don't know what to, okay. I don't know what to do here. How do I get to my needs and still do that, right? So it's different. I'm still learning. And another thing I was learning too is denying myself the desires of the flesh, right? And that, I find that to be hard. Like, I'm like, okay, should I holler at that girl and see what we can do? I'm like, nah, unless I have the right intention, there's no need to do that. So now it's like, I want to have sex, but it's like I can't have it unless I'm about to really care about you. So now it's like, what is a guy to do? What is a guy? I'm like, okay, I gotta stay celibate till I find the one. Then I'm like, okay, this is hard. And then now okay, I'm not supposed to master. How am I supposed to do that? So it's like it's a battle. It's a constant battle when you make these decisions. So now it's like, how am I able to do that? When I was like three times a day, gotta get it in. Wake up, gotta get it in. This is where I'm coming from, y'all. 3 times a day, crazy, right? This is not good for the body nor the spirit. So now it's like I want to practice Mantak Chia's books. And he has a book called Healing the Tao Within, or something about the Tao. Check it out. His book's really good. And I think for women, this is really good because, you know, women got to get it in too, right? y'all the real freaks, okay? Can we be real? y'all want to get it in. So you got to learn how to do it in a way where you're not putting EMFs in your vagina, right? You know how to do it. You know how to I teach something in Qigong where you tighten the PC muscle, which is the PC muscle, how you stop yourself. If you stop yourself from going peeing, you tighten the anus sphincter muscle, and you do certain breathing exercises, and you're able to cultivate the sexual energy, right? I even have other exercises when you cultivate your own sexual energy and transmute your chi, right? Different ways of getting it in, right? But stop getting something in you over and over all the time, and you know that's too much. Don't overdo it, right? Learn how to do it. But I don't know the formula. I just know I'm trying. But ask if you're addicted to the D. I don't know how I got to this. This episode is not even about this, but I guess we there. We there. Okay, we there. Okay. If you're addicted to the D, all right, I need you to ask God. God, I'm addicted to the D. Please come in my heart and help me. Let's keep it real. Some of you just addicted to the D. It's not your fault. You got a D addiction, right? And you need to get in a point where you love yourself to a point where you're not addicted to it. Some of you guys, you just addicted to the box. Like, if you could walk around with a punani in your pocket, you have pocket punani and you take it to go. I'll take 5 pocket punanis to go, please, right? And you know you addicted to it, so you take the phone out your pocket and you like, I got pocket punani on demand. So let me get that virtual pocket punani. You know what I'm saying? If you're addicted to the box or to the D, I need you to ask God, go to G-O-D, okay? Go to G-O-D. We can't have this conversation in the church, but we can have it here, baby. Because, you know, nature is my church. We can have the conversation out here. So if you're addicted to D, ask G-O-D to help you. Because you gonna need it. Okay? You gonna need it. And it's something I said the other day. It's something I said, I'm a comedian too. Y'all didn't know. It's something I said the other day. I said, look, you can't store the D in your pocket to re-experience it later. Okay, I'm going to save that D for, remember that D? I'm going to save that in the back of my head. Look, you can visualize it. Oh, remember that time? Remember that time? When I was there, I did crazy stuff. Boy, I'm on the highway doing crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm such a crazy, what they call? Oh, I'm a sapiosexual, but I'm also a do crazy things sexual too. I do crazy things. Y'all think I'm a goody two shoes. I ain't. But as a kid, as a young man, I would say 18, 19, 20, I'd be like, why don't we just do it right here? Let's stop the car and do it. Just crazy stuff, right? So I was addicted to the box, okay? Let's just be real. I was a freak. I'm still a freak, but I obtained my freakness. Lord, please help me here. I'm trying to be better. So some of you like, okay, I need to have as much DNA. You can't store it for later. All right. This was not even the topic of this episode, but maybe y'all needed this message. Okay, I'm about to end this soon because I'm getting off topic. Definitely getting off topic. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. You can't store the D for later. You can't store the vagina for later. You only have it now and it's done. It's a done deal. It's a hit it and quit it. So some of you like, if I don't have sex now, I'm gonna regret it. No, you're not. Let me tell you, you can't just, feel it again, feel it again. No, it's not gonna happen. Once you feel it once, it's one and done. So you need to have sex with your goals and dreams. Sexual transmutation. Let me tell you a way to be the most productive. Somebody says, I use that for my art. That's the secret. Some of you, the reason why you're not tapping into your creative side is because you're giving all your creativity to people who don't even care about you. They don't care about you, really. Like, let's keep it real. They hit you up to get some, they leave, and they done. They don't care about you. You think they care about you, but you think they're texting you because they care about you, but they're texting you because they're making sure that, they got you. They got your pussy. Wait. I'm not supposed to be cursing, right? Right. Okay. I'm not supposed to be cursing. They got your vagina in their pocket, in their phone. So that when they look at your number, they're like, yo, okay, well, she got some fire vagina, right? Or like, yo, you do the same thing too, ladies. You be like, he about to put that thing down on me, so I'm about to hit him up. You don't even see a guy and feelings and emotions. You see a late night a cucumber call or something. Give it to me, right? Sock it to me. No. That's what you see, right? So you don't even see the person. Now you start. You don't even look at people's faces. You look at the print. You see, that's an issue, right? There was a point where as a guy, especially as a, you've been accustomed to love the booty, right? And I'd be like booty in face. Then I said I gotta change that. So now I'm changing that where it's like a girl will pass by. I'm like, yo, I see the fat, I see it out in my corner of my eye. I'm like, but we could spend 1 second there. We're gonna spend the rest over here or don't look at it. So it's like in my mind, I'm like, I want to look back at it. But I'm not gonna do that. I want to look at her spirit a little bit more, right? So I'm taming myself because I know that I'm carnal and spiritual, right? So here's the point of hold this story. Then let me close this out, okay? Some of y'all probably needed to hear this message with the comedic relief. Y'all needed to hear that because it's about to be what they call cuddle season, and some of y'all about to cuddle with people you have no business cuddling with. And you need to be doing your own work, tantra work, yoni egg work, I don't know, whatever you need to be doing. You need to stop doing that for a little bit, okay? So the guy's probably not gonna like me and be like, man, you taking away my pocket panani, man. You screwing it up for me. You messing it up for us guys over here. Some of you girls like, you messing it up for me. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not trying to do that, okay? I'm just... God told me I got to do what I do. This is what you got to do. So I got to do. I'm just being obedient. Can you let me be obedient, please? Okay. So here's what you got to do. Transmute it. Put it into your art. Put it into your gift. Put it into your healing. Put it into what you do best. And that's how you transform it, because the world needs what you got. And you can't be so body-centric that your spirit is not shining through. So get out your body. Get into your spirit. And God's going to bless you. Okay? It's true. It's just true. Get out. And guess what? Some of you, with a little bit more discipline in working on your gift. Look, here's another thing. When we're body led, we lead ourselves to the club, right? Because we trying to get some. When you're spirit led, you lead yourself to a conference. You find that you end up meeting your husband or wife. I'm like, oh, how did your mama meet? Well, we were at a healing retreat. Oh, a healing retreat. You find great people at certain places, environments. When you change from carnal to spiritual, you change your environments. Now you meet people in different places. Like if you meet somebody, you know how like us as guys, we're like, yo, we going to the club because we know what we're trying to get. You girls know that you go to the club, but you act like you're not trying to get that, but you look, you're trying to get that. So you're a little bit better actors than we are, but we already know what we want, right? So change where you go, and you're gonna find better quality people. But you got to change what leads you, your body or your spirit, to get to those places. Once you're led by the Spirit, you lead yourself into church. Next thing you know, you find somebody in church. You're led by the Spirit, you lead yourself to a workshop. Next thing you know, you're led by the Spirit, you lead yourself to this place. Now you're surrounding yourself with people. Like you led yourself to a place where people are growing. You find grown men with mentalities like I have, right? With the mentality that really I'm not trying to just find somebody I can have sex with. I'm trying to find somebody I can have sex with towards our dreams, right? Right? I want to be happy and have a partner where where I where I'm breaking her back, but I'm building her spirit at the same time, baby. Let's say them affirmation while we do it. Okay, this is it. This is it. We're done here. We're done. Going too far. Going too far here. Calm down, big fella. All right, so that's my message, and I'm sticking to it. It's the Holistic Motivator. Remember, share your gifts, talents, goals, and abilities in your dreams. Sexually transmute it so that the world don't miss what you got. Remember, you have the unlimited power in you to transform your life and turn your life into to match your mission and your vision that God had for you. For those of you who listen to this podcast, I have a 24-hour sales. I have a 24-hour sale on my detox kit. $34.99 for only 24 hours. It's gonna be gone. People are ordering like crazy, which is great. You know, today I'm like, yo, this thing about to sell out. But so by tomorrow, about to up the price back to $49.99. It's a bundle that an offer you can't refuse. And if you go like my last TikTok video, you'll be able to see it. My last Instagram video, you'll be able to see it. Okay. So I have a 24-hour sales on detox and herbs. So be sure you go to my shop, theholisticmotivator.com. And if you listen to this at a later time, I don't know if the sale's still gonna be going on, but for Black Friday, we're gonna have the sale again, and we're gonna mix it up with something powerful that I have coming. So go to my shop, theholisticmotivator.com, to tap it out. Okay. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And also, this is brought to you by the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. The Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is a holistic community to support healers, teachers, and motivators. Listen, seekers, healers, teachers, and motivators need support too, right? And we need to have somebody to fuel us up. We fuel everybody else up, so you need to have a motivator to fuel you up. That's what I do. I build a community where you can find like-minded people. This is the mastermind principle, mastermind with other healers, seekers, teachers, motivators. And this is also the coaching principle. Get around somebody who inspires you, motivates you, who uplifts you. And I'm one of those people, baby. I'm just one of those people. And so tap in with the tribe by going to holisticlifestyletribe.com, join the community, and you're gonna get access to a community to support you along your journey, with Rising Prime sessions, daily rising routine, with a seasonal detox program to help clean out toxins, with the holistic book club to help you grow, with Qigong classes. And once again, it's not even me. It's not about me. It's about the people that comes in that room. Such beautiful folks. I've always met the most beautiful people. For some reason, I repel negative energy and I attract the positive ones. So it's always beautiful, the people that literally be in this circle. It's beautiful. Like, your vibe will attract your tribe. But if you got negative vibes, you could even transform those negative vibes. So eventually, a good energy is contagious in a good way. Good energy is contagious. So no matter what energy, you're going to get some good energy. So go to holisticlifestyletribe.com and join the tribe. All right, y'all. It's been a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful session. I went way longer than I normally go. So stay in your power, stay in your gift, and until next time, remain in your unlimited power. Peace.